Hey everyone, it's VinSyn time again. So this is my purchase, or at least one of my purchases, from Partner Label Month. If you're new to the VinSyn community, Vinegar Syndrome community, after they do one of their big sales, so either the halfway to Black Friday sale or the Black Friday sale proper, they are usually inundated with a bunch of orders because a lot of people save up and they buy all the discounted titles and the new titles on those, and so lots. So to give themselves a little bit of a breather, they don't have any Vinegar Syndrome proper titles that come out the following months, June and December, and instead put the focus on the different partner label releases that OCN does. So I looked at all the partner label releases for June, and there was one or two titles that I was like iffy on, like eh. But then there was one title I was like, okay, I'm going to pull the trigger and buy that one. So I did. And then a couple days later, they're like, hey, thanks for purchasing something on the partner label thing. By the way, if you want to get something else, here's a $5 off coupon that you can only use in the next, 3 days or something. So I looked at the maybes, and I was like, all right, I'll buy a maybe, and then they had the shipping that said, add to your pre-existing order, like they do with the Black Friday and the halfway to Black Friday sale. For some reason, they shipped my first order from Partner Month, and even though I selected the add to my existing partner label order for the second order, they shipped them separately. So, I don't know, maybe their computer didn't merge things together because they've had that problem before on previous sales. I guess it kind of sucks for them because then they have to eat the cost of shipping on the second order. But then again, if you're like me, you spend so much money with Vinegar Syndrome that it balances out, really. So here's first order, and then whenever I get the second order, I'll just splice it to the end of this one, much like I did for the Cinemark Ghostface unboxings that I did. I pre-scored this with my knife, so you don't have to see me cutting into it like a human chest cavity. What? I didn't say that. Alright, so, yep, so it's just the one order in this one. The next one will be coming, well, I got a shipping notification for the next one, but this was a double feature. I believe this is from Culture Shock Releasing, and it's for a couple titles that would have been staples of USA Up All Night. I was more of a Monster Vision, TNT, Joe Bob Briggs kind of person, but occasionally I would also flip over to USA, the USA Network, where they had Up All Night, which was kind of similar. They had Rhonda Shear, or I think another host. I think Gilbert Gottfried did it a few times. And the movies they would show, as opposed to most of the horror exploitation stuff that Joe Bob would show, were usually of the titty movie with all of the titties cut out, like dinosaurs on Breast Island or something, or they were, sex comedies and silly things like that, of like the Vice Academy type stuff. And even though those movies usually aren't very good, I tend to like them. So this was a double feature of two. There is Virgin High, which has everyone's favorite Linnea Quigley right there. Let you get a good, nice look at the slipcover there. And then Hot Under the Collar, which I think is about a guy posing as a priest or something. I'm not sure. Actually, I think there's also a priest in Virgin High, so I think both of these movies have the same director. I think that's why they were put together, but they're not, I don't think they're in continuity with each other. But the has the, I guess it's their sub-label of Late Night Classics, and I certainly hope this means that we'll actually get some, erotic thrillers, like those direct-to-video Shannon Tweed type things, if this Late Night Classics line continues, because erotic thrillers, I mean sex comedies as well, but erotic thrillers are really underrepresented in the boutique Blu-ray world, especially if you're a fan of that kind of thing, those cheesy late-night Red Shoe Diary type things. But yeah, this is the front, which has the both of the poster arts bisected there. Let's see, this is region-free. The movies are from 91 and 92, and they are 90 minutes and 87 minutes, respectively. And, yeah, there's, as far as, the back goes, you get descriptions of both films, which I'm not going to read verbatim here, but there's also this whole thing that's just sort of this is what the line is about, since this is Volume 1, and I hope it sold pretty well, because I'm hoping for more entries into this. Yeah, and it mentions USA Up All Night. It sort of mentions American Pie, which didn't come out until 99. The genre had been pretty dead in the theatrical marketplace for a while, because there were a lot of sex comedies and teen sex comedies in the 80s. And then they kind of died out for a while in the 90s, except for these like direct-to-video type things. And then it kind of got resurrected for a little while with American Pie and Road Trip, and those kind of were killed by Freddy Got Fingered and Tomcats in the early 2000s when the diminishing returns went in. And now, I'm actually recording this the day before I go to see Jennifer Lawrence's No Hard Feelings, which is another R-rated sex comedy that I guess Sony is hoping can prop up that genre again. Because apparently the budget for No Hard Feelings was way too high for one of these movies, because Jennifer Lawrence got a big upfront salary for it. But generally, much like horror movies, these are pretty cheap to make for the most part, so I think they're hoping it'll turn a profit on that one. Anyway, as far as the extras on these, so both films are from the same director, Richard Gabay, but there's introductions to both films by him. There's a feature-length commentary on Virgin High from him. They remastered the trailer for Virgin High. There's a still gallery for Virgin High. There's a full-length commentary on Hot Under the Collar with the director Anne Melinda Clark. I think she's an actress in it. There's the reconstructed trailer. That's interesting wording for Hot Under the Collar. There is a still gallery for that film as well. There is the uncut version of Pray and Mediate with introduction by the director. Is that a movie within the films? I'm not sure. And then there is 2.5 hours of behind-the-scenes footage for Hot Under the Collar. That seems excessive, but if it exists, put it on the disc, Someone's got to be like a huge fan of this movie and is going to love that. And then there is a music video, Those Days Are Gone, by The Czechs. There's some more Culture Shock trailers and subtitles, and English subtitles. So that's it. Both films are not rated, but I assume they're of like the R-rated variety with this type of movie. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I guess from just a look at it, you might think, hey, there's not many extras on here, but there are 2.5 hours of behind-the-scenes footage for Hot Under the Collar, which is a lot. But, we'll see. I might as well open the cellophane, since this is the only title I'm doing right now until I splice the other part in later. Okay, and better look at the cover without the reflective of the cellophane, in case you were looking for that. As well as, why not put the back? There's still got a little bit of glare from my lamp, but I also don't know if it's even focusing on the verbiage or the copy on the back, but okay. And then on the inside, it looks like, it's been split onto 2 discs. So one disc has the feature film, Ziz, plural, and then there's one disc that is solely for the special features. So that's how they broke it down. They didn't do one disc for one film and one for another, and they didn't cram it all on one disc. They put the movies with the audio commentaries, obviously, on one disc, and they put all the special features that are not audio commentaries on the other disc. So not bad. Cool. And then it doesn't have reversible cover art, but it does have, if you can see behind the discs, just a little bit of art there, and there's some film stills across the bottom. So, yeah, never seen either of these movies, so looking forward to seeing if they're stupid good or stupid bad. I do like the 3 Vice Academy movies that I've seen that was released as a VSA way back in the day when VSA was first launched. I think Vice Academy 2 is the best one of those 3. The first one has some good stuff in it. And those are Rick Sloan. I don't know if Richard Cabay is better or worse than Rick Sloan as a director, but Rick Sloan is the guy behind Hobgoblins, so, and Mind, Body, and Soul. He's done some fun stuff. But anyway, I will cut this brief now, and then you'll see me in a couple seconds with the next unboxing for the other partner label title I ordered. The horrors persist, but so do the little treats. Welcome back, everyone. It's only about a couple seconds for you, but it's been a couple days for me. So, second half of the partner label purchases. I've already pre-scored and ripped off the address label, so let's unbox it. Let's do this. Ta-da! Oh, they put in extra little thingies with it. Okay, so didn't expect that. So, looks like first I got a sticker, which is Vinegar Syndrome, 10 years of celluloid and sleaze. Though I guess with the news that they're now splitting off the adult and some of the softcore films into their own label, I guess there'll be slightly less sleaze, but still plenty of celluloid. And then a little thing about the Media Club, which I'm already a 16mm member of from spending so much money there. So what was the other title that I bought when that I was on the fence about, but then decided whatnot? Well, it's a title from Umbrella, and it is Shame. That is the front of the slipcover there, and that is the back. Now, this isn't the Shame that has Michael Fassbender and is rated NC-17 because you see his full Fassbender. This is a different one. I believe it is from Australia. And I had actually originally heard about this from Justin Low Liberty's Letterboxd. So I guess he had watched it because it was going to be a partner label, but he watched it and logged it before it was announced as a partner label. You can't really use that as a good thing because even though most of the films that are released as partner label releases, he does watch and log at some point. He also watches a ton of other shit that has nothing to do with Vinegar Syndrome or OCN or anything. But when I read his review of it, it was like, oh, that sounds interesting to me, as did the plot. From what I understand, this is sort of about a woman who's like a drifter. She goes through some small towns, and in one small town she finds a woman who's been assaulted, helps her report to the cops. Just like in real life, ACAB, cops are no help, and so they end up doing like taking the law into their own hands to get justice type of thing. So I don't know if you can call it a rape revenge film or vigilante film. I'm not sure how it fits or does not into either or both of those genres. But it seemed like it was an interesting story that would be different. Just that it really hasn't really aged because that's still an issue. Anyway, so here is the front of the thing, and again, because I'm just unboxing this on its own, I'll take off the celluloid where it's it's celluloid, goddammit. The cellophane. Hey, I'll keep that mistake in because why not? I'm human. And I'll show you some other stuff. So it's from 1988, 94 minutes, region free. And as far as extras are concerned, we've got interviews with a bunch of people involved. The director, Steve Jordell, and then Michael Brindley, Beverly Blankenship, Simone Buchanan, and Paul Barron. And then there's an audio commentary which has 3 of those people. There's an oral history with film buff Paul Harris and the director. There's original footage from the premiere of the movie. Looks like there is a ABC TV Art Space interview with someone else, Deborah Lee Furness. There's an archival theatrical trailer, and there's a booklet with an essay from Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. So, decent amount, not super big on the extras, but a decent amount there. So let me take off the cellophane and see if there's anything worth showing inside. Alright, cellophane is off now, so maybe you can get a slightly better look. Not that there's much going on in the cover art there. And then the back. I don't remember if I showed that to you guys already or not, so there it is. I still got glare from windows and lamps and all that good stuff, but there you go. And then on the inside, we do have some reversible cover art, so I'll show you that in a second. But here is the... Actually, it's not really. It's just some different art in there. Anyway, but we got the little booklet here. It's not too bad as far as pages go. It's actually got some... couple pictures, but there's a lot of the essay in there. So, not bad. And then, if I take the disc out, so I can show you... It's not really reversible. I guess you could still reverse it if you don't need to know what extras are on it or anything, but there's just some different artwork or different publicity stills or set photos or publicity stills for the film itself. So, not bad. Yeah, I guess I've been getting a lot of these umbrella titles lately, judging by some of the other partner labels I've gotten in the last couple unboxings there, but they just seem to be putting out shit I'm interested in, so that's that. But yeah, so thanks everybody for watching these 2 unboxings that I've stitched together. Not much to announce as far as next videos or anything like that for the time being, so go back and watch my old catalog and, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all the things YouTubers annoyingly ask you to do for them so you can grow the channel and then incentivize me to do more random bullshit like unboxings and soda and food tastings and random rants about what have you. So, but thanks everybody. Have a good one.